Ghana this year yamamu nyina adwo ene edai Kasiebo ya yedidi matro mo fiefie mu nyuma wodo so ene nkwankwanu yase na anwumre ka mu amuko fie no ya kam se nunsia no asan abo chapter 2 first one ya no pa ene edi close for the 6 na ya kam se Kasiebo ya yede esumwe voter power 94.1 ewo ho global fm ewo ho sharp 106.0 takrade and Sroma 92.1 ewan kwanta Buam FM 88.7 ojasekan J Nyame 107.7 ewa Sampa Nananom 92.5 wa Goso West End Radio 100.3 ewa Elembele KFM ewa Baza 92.1 Ingligi FM 103.7 ewa Bole Rich 98.7 wasimfushu High Radio 103.1 ewo betim Ote Radio 101.5 ewo dambai Wempan Sampawin FM 106.5 ewo Pusiga Bono FM 107.5 ewo Sunyane Sunset FM and Sunset Radio ewo Sehuyoso Nyansapo 89.9 ewo Shama Gateway 98.1 ewo Kwanta South Anapua FM 105.1 ewo Ahafu Kenya se NFA Nyenwase Radio 89.7 ewo Ketekrachi wamina ekutem na Kasiebo yade ebremo okọ amanone dia no ye Apple 68 ewo Virginia Dice Radio ewo Italy Adam Fopa Radio ewo Paris G-Live Radio UK OPD Radio ewo UK Kasiebo and 2 TV stations so TV SYZ and Loud Silence TV. Radio SYZ 93.1 Kasiebo and also. And somebody bay near the market tribune.
Hey, oh my God, I'm for penny Attorney General Babon said ya two just say NSA some 400 and someone man homeless so honor and a one more sako audit no. I bet they just say 2.2 billion and I say yashre asomai. Anya
na Attorney General says semia wade baba 2 dwa ye da so ewo mu na company bia ye frɛ no JA Plant Pool ya wo mu no mkofa mfidie ya ye de etwa kwan so ebre ye to ni din drip no abani kire say $2 million wa wi afro man ho won sanfa ya de mayen
na gifty or worry or no eka National Service Authority penning for na ye twe omo nsamanko e wo magana tembo dwanim na court tena ase awama ene amane ne se amane bill 10 million Ghana cedis
na asamfofra ababesie Attorney General epeso kire say owura kenofori atana kamanfo se yamo no kwadu no ne yetoto na no e wo US one o ma ye kra yemu ano ho na wase aboa ye ho ansa na yetu saa na mo
na eno na do ha Hanan ono no ye bafa stock for penny pa ne ho asem aba ono se yeguso aye twene nsem no aba bonten de ato dwese nsem a Attorney General na wabeka fa no ho nyina no kwasem ketekete kra ni ho a e wo san nsem ni mo
ene ye na yensan emowura mu biam ni yenkonkodi nkomo fofora any PP for amanyoku yi afenwoma ken ene wo ka say asem wo ka ne say Ghana for GDA ewo John Dramani Mahama mu ekofom pa
ene na edom kese ba na tafo era mama yarega EDC edom kuma nanim so wo yenya twom eba eye galamse ne ho nsensem a wo mo yenya twom pa
Ghana man pani John Dramani Mahama akwakopie dwumade bi yase na wode atodwa ekwanya befa so a infrastructure yebetumi ayama akwa animu
yebekwa wutu senya western important nadmo tax force wo ho amane ne so o machi nipa mako ennan bia osuso se wo mo de kwambone ye fa so etu anua eno ho adwuma eno mo ye
ensam no doso yaboboa no aso ne sokrogen ne nedai yede so mu na asante mantemu asem bi furu ho aba betodwa akatesia bia ye frɛ no Elizabeth Ejakwa ya wono no ye manager ewo Axel Load stations no asante mantem NDC mabunu no bi e kire se empanimfo mpamo ge na mfiri ho se Axel Load pani no wura John Dramani Mahama ne mpanimfo ya ni hwe no emwo tena ho a the way your mun sakano a wombesi avim no wono ate a German kasate a ne wira beho
Arisraman se weni afoforo pi na aka wona nwume ye de somo se no sia bremu aka Kasiebo nwumeko bi adama na wo mobo echidom yemfa seda ma adwumeko a wo sa ho ka wo mbebo asanso na amrebo ho ka wo mbebo atu ase e de ama wonu ni Solar Natural Clinic ye kan fomo ase ko na wo mo ensure we Spanish garlic pressure ne capsules adwama so ne wo wona ase tatai attractions ama ni pedua no mpemu etutu a e wo so kona akwaji eduro efi wo mo ensem aferuta natural products malaria typhoid ne ha wo no e wo so babaji ruta mesha ene ne tonic ni bi na etu ase ma Medmosis wo mo the diagnostic center banti yenko ha no a e wo ni pedua mu no yenko no mo fefi ye hunu na enimdifo ho nso mo a enhwen e we apomdi mo Little George de kwa mesha kwa plaza ba adwama so ene supplement ne juices ahodo a wo pair cranberry de ne de ka ho nyina no ebi wo eye Little George aso ye kwa ubenya be 3p garlic mixture the best garlic mixture we adwama so ebusua kokwa ye ne kwajibi na eno nso mo a specialist say o prostate no ene ha wadwene immune system no a ene aba form nti ade ahodo nya kwanya ewura ni padua mu no power specialist e ba ho na aba wo mbebo atu ase let's talk education consult titi ya mano a afi no medi abosom nsia de confiance no na wo manyini aba benya nimdia papa haksa mesha ene capsules de yem kro ya eno ne ose high adwene no ne tamfo pa eno no ose kwelese to onsase de yema nso na so ne border form eno ntie kan form asajebi mensa ka promo ginamu dendenden star 274 hash star 274 hash utwa bia obedi na momo esien kan che ose app no wonya download momo app ni bia download bi esanse wo download no na wo ye transactions wo so no still mensa ka promo no obetumi discover bi wo nyume ko ni afoforo bi ka ho na nyume wo mo boy chidom e wo ye Kasiebo yi emo
ya wote yanka ene edai eyeme okumangra diwanf oheneba boama benye mene
amapoma checheku
afei ensem no chiremu eni owura John Dramani Mahama akwakopie dwumadie bia Sentiana edaso broader stakeholder approach to deal with Ghana infrastructure development ekwanya yebefa so a yebetumi afaso na yadansie ho ntotoye ne yakoro no ba yatumi ayema aya akono na eno ena owura John Dramani Mahama okoyekokopie sa dwumadie ase na wonwa woye sa dwumadie yi eye civil society organizations awdo any donor partners ekwanye betumi afa so ebeka omu nyina bom na Ghana ha yatumi aye ntoto ye papa ebetumi aboa ma obi anya ba bia da somdue mu na ho ene asetena mu na ni nyina atumi aye kama owura John Dramani Mahama ekasai ewo dwumadi net na wabra wo kasa no wisdom head jome edi akire de otwen ye no ye bobi amwatie
Ghana Infrastructure Plan ya NDPC ena obehwe se ebetumi atoten no asenti 3 ya eda aso ene foundation of Ghana's long-term national development wabra His Excellency John Dramani Mahama edina no disem etudwa opa dwumedie hontoma no ekire mu se enya de foforo na emumu no Oshase 2015 ya wasanso eba se obehwe na Ghana eba ye infrastructure yetumi afanento mapa efra ama miensa atwakwanmu ya a key component of the National Infrastructure Plan.
20-year transformation hub spanning the Greater Accra, Volta and Eastern regions. It will combine sustainable urban design, renewable energy and digital innovation to attract global investors and talents. The expansion of the water systems in Ho, Tamale, Sogakope and Hohoi to ensure clean and fair access to water. The strategic road and transport corridors to enhance national connectivity, boost trade, and ease urban congestion. The Ghana Infrastructure Plan is more than a policy document. It is a national covenant. It requires all of us across the political divide, public institutions, civil society organizations, and generations to dedicate ourselves to a shared vision of progress.
Enwechire His Excellency John Dramani Mahama esanso echire mu se ade baako ya eha adwen pa ene the geographical imbalances ya ewo oman Ghana mu obehwe Greater Accra though the smallest by land size no ade most of the concentration in terms of foreign direct investment no eha enewo no che mu se ene yekọ enimi no ebesesa.
You cannot progress as a nation when you have geographical imbalance in economic development. And so setting up SADA as a special vehicle to accelerate development of the North was strategic. Unfortunately, a new government comes, shuts down SADA, and creates 3 broad development authorities, coastal, middle belt, northern, which really have done nothing, absolutely no impact. And so we must stop that geographical imbalance, because every child finishing senior high school in the North, after a certain point in time, no economic opportunities, no employment opportunities, everybody is headed towards Accra. And that's what he said. What the imbalance is, every industry is in Accra, all foreign direct investment is coming into Accra.
Ne krakra no wi no kire mu se eba abanju medie ya wodi ya ene break push no eho behia pa se omodi ma begu akwan mu na etumi aboa wise spending.
The Ghana Infrastructure Plan was initially completed in 2016 and it was revised in 2019, but it was shelved and left to gather dust for years. Today we reaffirm its position as the essential framework for national transformation. It is therefore with great pride that I officially launched the Ghana Infrastructure Plan, not as a new idea, but as a renewed commitment to the promise of a sustainable and inclusive infrastructure development for all Ghanaians. Fellow Ghanaians, Dr. Nkrumah gave us the blueprint. The Ghana Infrastructure Plan provides us with the tools, and the big push will deliver the results. Let us not just build roads and bridges, but a Ghana that works for everyone. A Ghana where vision meets discipline and where continuity, transparency, and innovation illuminates the path to our shared future.
Why ayan sama Owura John Dramani Mahama wade etuja wisdom hedo jome edebreying.
So enko yenim na ene omega na mranim for panyini a wono ya attorney general sanso ye so afo hwe ya tantene ne honsem so Dr. Dominic Kayini wone Ghana for dinkita ho we government accountability series no ebreson se oral ho ensem wode kotodwane hunu pempen so ya sa nhye no penifo de gu akwaso no ya kwakoduru wo ho nkita wodi mu na ne no ba abonte dia beto dwa se oral ni mu ana pieye esa okopie mu National Service Authority a wo mu ana wo mu somsa akwanchefo wo ho bre bi no woma bo mayi from pa woma cost financial loss to the state ya say yebubu kano ananya asemketwa emo obi kura hwe ma ne pension samanfo bese mpemadusia 60,000 die etua sika de ma wo obi nso the national service fodin ekwakwaje ebosia bese 30 million na chi enya asemketwa na eno ne accountability series na se no yewura ayine esan beda na die kire se sika no omudi ka bodi kan ne kwa na se eye ne nketwa mi kura ehwa na nso ne NSA4 esika yebeka say ye omanmu ne sika asa nkrofo mienu a ye ka wo mo ho asem ya foforo ye ka ho wo mo edi twi wo mo enum twa wo mo spread de no na se kane ne de ne kra de ne wo fom e se wo mo keka ne nyina bomu a be se 2.2 billion Ghana cedis je se enye sika wa sika pudu pa e na wo mo cartel no wo mo twetwa de amansamanfo sensamanfo wo mo nyimfa nko disco e won samanpo mu a chese wo dwene ho a won tiase na enewu ko nsam a wo kan no chese wo mo sheda to mbo ase koye forensic audit na sefo na numu na ebe piepie se eniema ntoma anase eniema hyehyesum ase eniema wo ma ye ne dream wo mo die e wo NSA ho na nya asem keto a yera Dominic Ayini wabra wo church nsem ni mu e wo sankita odie na se no sei no de tudwa.
Also, I wish to announce that the Auditor General has conducted a forensic audit into the NSA, the National Service Scandal, and the total amount of money stolen or illegally spent now stands at 2.2 billion and not the 548 million that was uncovered by my investigators as at June 2025. And then, ladies and gentlemen, I have here a copy of the Auditor General's report. Again, painstaking investigation is very important in criminal matters. And so, based upon what the Auditor General has done, and this is a forensic audit, okay? Forensic audit means that they've gone beyond what ordinary, auditing would have done. And so, we are going to, based upon this, in some cases, change the charge, amend our charge sheets in order to bring fresh charges.
Ewusia yera domle kayine ne yete so de sansemi etu dwanu achi na santwofi bi sanse na no ne yetete nkrabi esese watena ye hokra na se obi di bone no ya ne ba ebehu akire so mi asomesi meka nkrofo a wabobo wo modin se wodo wo kogina mremu ne nso ebi esika no a miwiae no metumi atua bi e de ama wa na se metumi ne wakonhyehyeye no matuatua ne de ka ho efre no plea bargain num ne yade a esi no pa na san nkrofo ye wo so wo modemu no wo mo ye wakire na yese nkrofo bi na hyehye wachi womu piapia wo eye oyodium say yesade no wo ye atani general sembe na wo ka e de afa sa sobo no ho no chese odabi Ghana mampani Yera John Dramani Mahama mpo entumi nhye no wontumi influence ne da eso wonko eye sa pam no a enenipa bi no mo esuso no okeka e na ode ebesi so kra ya wo kire se enkrofo bi kra tisa santemantemu pani a no ote adwam e de ema MPP amanyuko Bernard Ntwibu asia ko stage ama wontumi ne nsemi ye baye eno se sa ne nso woka kire se bibi sa mpa chese court ne besi se agina ye no eno so said Yera yini ode to dwane.
To also let you know that I'm under no pressure from any quarters to cut any deals. Mr. President, who is my boss, has never put pressure on me. On the contrary, when I brief him, he gives me his blessing. He doesn't even express an opinion one way or the other. He says, Dominic, I've heard you. All right? The chief of staff has never put pressure on me to cut a deal with anybody. The secretary to the president, Dr. Kalisus Mahama, has never put pressure on me. On the contrary, he encourages me. He says the work is stressful, but I should keep on. The legal counsel to the president, my former boss, has never put pressure on me to cut any deal. Offers have been made, and I have turned all of them down. I have told everybody, please go to the court. If you want a pleas deal, I'm filing cases. In the Wontumi case, offers were made to us for a plea deal. I said, no, I'm filing charges. If you want, announce your intention for a plea deal to the judge. That is now my strategy. The MPP took advantage of my saying that I'm open to to having plea deals to say, okay, that I was busy cutting deals in the office. No deal has been cut, and no deal will be cut except under the auspices of the court of competent jurisdiction. That is what I have decided, and that is what we are going to do, going forward.
Abusia Dr. Dominic Ayine wono Attorney General sanso ye so for your Ghana attention ne ho ensem so ne tis wodi nsemi tudwa.
Na yeda so Dr. Dominic Ayine ne ensem ni mu. Na nansanya mo bekaye a asem bi asiye. Ama asem asiye na say. Na se District Assembly Common Fund ye yeta etua. Emi ye de mpuntunwuma no na biba mampani Akufo-Addo na penso. Na bese miensa ekone nan so bi ama enu nti na se mrahye badwam committee of the whole no wo mo etrase na mo to adwen hu kwan on befa so a wo mo so beka wo mo esika na de no in charge Emma District Assembly Common Fund no suggest say ya jisika ya mpuntunwuma ene ye de kwakoye etini sade a caterpillar tractor da ne nasefo ni nyina no a ye yusuo ama ne ye no ene anuaka putuputu no yemfa enkwagye bi mfamra ne entete na mansini bi anya bi sade ebe ya ebeboa amampuntunwuma atumi akoso enti District Assembly Common Fund na eka mu no wo mo ema J plant pool ekofa sem fidie no ede bae ama fidie na wode ebae no omani gina mu ejeye em ya tudin drip enti ya drip ya ho awo mia hodo a no ne yedi twa kwan so ne nasefo yanom se number pa no wakunye wie kura kojo je plant pool no ene de ba ye ba beto mu se emfidie na wode aba no ene owura Dominic Ayine e de atodwa se sika akwakowuram yo pani na nam sebu akwan so atintim yensa ade afri yensa mu nkwa no eye $2 million ena akwakodi wono nkwa ne nsam fidi on famra keke no fa ni twobo nto so no watia ma abro so afei ne fa ba bi nso no wakoye ade bi afre no eye tax evasion bi na eto a na nke wose wotua edema aban no wakoye kururu se we di aban fidie ene yede ba enu ntia me ntua kururu ebewie 176 million wom eno so na ekọ na enu na mpanifo tiase tax evasion kwa no $38.7 million ene kodi ne nsam edema afidie makomako ha ne aduonkron afei wiye no ede firimu a forensic audit na omoye no etrese contract no ebro so $176 million eno so ebro so na openi trese womoye audit mfidie no sesei womo kan makomako eti empanimfo bi onim de you investigation ya asase ya odomo suko eti yeyi afidie ekome esi ho a ne yabisa ho hwehwe ne watrem na omo kire se sika no a mfidie no ode baaye no instead of 100% no wode giye 300% ebua wode to so no akoye didi okwa asori nso e na wode abu yesa no na owura Dominic ayini agemere achechirem.
The invoices of payments, it was $178 million that was paid. So right away there was a difference of $2 million. So we asked that $2 million be paid back by JA Plant Pool. We also realized that 190 pieces of equipment were added and cleared without payment of tax. In other words, they were added to the list as if they were tax exempt. I asked the investigators to go back, look at the HS code, and for those of you, HS code is a harmonized code that the customs officers use to determine the classification and taxes applicable to goods. When they did the analysis following the HS code, it came out that 38.7 million Ghana cedis of taxes were evaded. So in respect of the two sums, that is the $2 million. JH Plant Pool has been asked, we have made a demand on them to pay that money. Then when it comes to the taxes, we have asked GRA, because under the tax laws, it is GRA that can make a demand for the payment of the taxes. So we've asked that GRA should make a demand for the 38.7 million. Now that is our investigators' assessment. GRA may come out with a different figure because they are the tax experts. So our investigators' figure may be confirmed or even adjusted upwards depending on what the GRA says. Now, when it comes to the issue of over-invoicing, we noticed that they were over-invoiced by between, that is the equipment, the drip equipment were over-invoiced by between 100 to 300%. All right, so I give you an example. One piece of equipment which costs $40,000, the government paid $84,000 for that equipment. That is over 110%. And so we are now diligently looking through all the equipment, and you can imagine that the equipment for all the districts, there were hundreds of pieces of equipment. So we are going through each one of them because we are looking at a criminal investigation. And in criminal law, charges must be specific. If you miss the element of specificity, your case will be thrown out. And that is why I keep urging Ghanaians to be patient, because we need diligent investigation so that when I send a case to court, we don't have any doubt that criminality has occurred.
Hey, Dr. Dominic Ayini, na waje ni jacket blue, not genital blue, sanadia, and ye na aseme sikra. Ene wode ababebu no ya da suguso ya trust
combination na yeguso wona nsem wone ode to dwanwa emu no ye beka ya buffer stock nso e ba bede adwa ese kane kwanchefo pani ya na wono ene wo ho ya ne di ene ado Wahab Hanan papa wono so nya asem keto wa bro kwotena buffer stock wo niam wa ye ne ho nya asem keto a na no na ene nkomodie mu na doctor yi ne di beto dwa chese sa krache no investigators na sa kwa enhwemu foforo e de afa ne ho ne nsem ase piepie chire nya asem keto a sa ya se wo hwe ne hihye mu a money laundry bi akoso a sika afemu pa no say ye boni nyina aboa na se bese 40 million or 40.5 million Ghana cedis and wo monam sa kwan so a wo mo etuatuaye na ene wo hwe sa money laundering ho nsem kaye no a na se wo mo nam adwuma ko bi e friend Sortina Enterprise ye no so wo mo fa ye a wo mo di adwuma no enti wo mo hihye mu no Sortina Enterprise to Hanan Abdul Wahab wo mo tua 60,179,136 27.25. After Sortina Enterprise to Alkani Enterprise, you say 23,913,964.90. Sortina Ventures to Far Hausa Ventures, and also 500,000 Ghana cedis. And I want Muchia, and after Sortina Kroya, when we say a bit much homes, and also see 550,000. What can in Aboma? There's a 40.493,102.15. Yaduni sika wamusu so se ba money laundry hihye ni mu a wamo enam saa kwan no so etwa ya ni nyina no Abdulhanan Yadin na etwa mu na no so said the Attorney General ene AG on buffer stock no wakaye e de fa ho enie.
Transaction analysis of Sortina's Republic Bank account and entities used as vehicle to launder the proceeds of the criminal enterprise established by Anan and his wife corroborated the claims made by Mr. James Etiku Apau. For example, a review of some of the retransfers of the funds paid to Sortina Enterprise by Buffer Stock Company revealed as follows. From Sortina Enterprise to Hanan Abdul Wahab, 60,179,137 Ghana cedis. Sortina Enterprise to Alkani, 23,913,964 Ghana cedis and 90 pesos. From Sortina Enterprise to Fahausa, 500,000 Ghana cedis. Sortina Enterprise to Chain Homes, 550,000, making a total of transfers that we've tracked, from across the bank accounts of 40,493,102 Ghana cedis and 15 pesos. Now, ladies and gentlemen, as I've indicated, the proceeds of crime were used by the couple to acquire a lot of high-end luxury properties and, especially real estate across the country.
Na enya sem ke 20 properties ni bia wo kira wo monam saa kwan no so ne yire wo manya no 5-bedroom house e wo Chain Homes e no ka ho ye no se ne bo no ne nambe se $1 million ne na chi afi 3-bedroom house e wo cantonment no so $600,000 afi wo mo nsase wo airport development e no so $750,000 e no mo to no e na ko e yegumani e wo Tamalia e no so 17-bedroom boutique hotel enya sem ke to ne bo e $250,000 US was also a 4-bedroom bungalow. Ya no jolu ewon kran ha ye no de $4 million Ghana cedi na chi e no to no was akoto acres in sase bia ban sase ye no so 307,000 Ghana cedis and wo de ehemu na Attorney General de nsem nyina tu dwachire no ye ho ani hu se statement mi nso apia bonten ye kwahwe ye Abdul Wahab Hanan Aludi Basa Kanedi ho a woni ye Kane chief executive edema National Food and Buffer Stock one of the Sakrata Naba or Mecamientia was say and somewhat Attorney General de Tuja a fun hunting no or say a untrue ness and yanokre and then can say untrue was I say a deeply unfortunate nature say and could you crossing no question get a cranwa and one semimuna said ya semi city porte no Attorney General better than some no one can said there was a canon at the chain on your parquenya now one in the legal team woma share Attorney General no wo aka court no ono so ne famu de ya onim ana wo no na ye no kwasem fa saa asem no ho no wo de aba betu edwo kira we de as Attorney General person adi gu no fi enya saa na nsem no esitienti won de wo hwe ni mu kwan sensem mi sade wo mo kano no ye de be kwa kopie mo wo omega na temu dwanim na ono so ne famu de ya wo wa wo be chireche mu no ye no kwasem no wo de akwakoto edwa ama omega na emu ade hye nyina nso ehunu sade esi etie wo se won de wo ye confident pa ese ne ho be sign so bona de bon was we wi sika no akoto we wa ha no ato property na wa londa sikari ade na osio ne hands ye very clean na kuma mu 50-50 na nsa ho so 50-50 engeka bia ni honti nyame adom na asem ni pie court a oba be kan de kama no nim se be wi achi no na se yenya case bia emfa no no ne krata ya Era Abdul Hanan ya kan no eba fast stock wo mo SEO no wo de ababetu edwa
yɛntoa so na yɛni enkomo yi ema ne nye de na enkomo no mu ehu papa yɛda so ewom Attorney General ena wode atudwa se amanfo ekeka se kanofori atanya de Ghana obeba na ada ne yemmo no kwadu ewo aburutire US no awo no yemmo no kwadu ewo ho wo se amanfo bebre edwa no atoma nsemi obia ekabi wane wo kire mu se ne kwan so ano nemum American se no entese Ghana de no enu nti se wo bebo obi kwadu abere nipa no wonte wo man nimu na wote wo man foforo so na se okwa akobɔ no kwadu a ya won sese a ewo se odi gu na kwam se de be ya obetumi abɔ no kwadu amana yeye na ewo se wonya wo nsem ni nyina pomasi bre yopo charges ahodo ye gu wo nyina no ewo se wonya ni nyina boboa no ansana wakwa akobɔ no kwadu ewo kura watimu no ene wo se se mo be kai a me pesa me kai mo asem kakra bi ya esi mre bi ene yesede asem a ene wo se oh ebre bi asem bi bae ema abrantie bi a na wo Ghana ha ya na ye frɛ no Kwadwobo aten sa abrantie no okodi bone wa America mamu odwane ba Ghana ha ya ha na no wote wote ne kwanye yie eti na ose ye bebo ne kwadu ewo ha ema America ban agi mre emfie bensia ene wode ye nhwehwe mu nyina wieye eboa ne nkrata no ene wokɔ bebo ne kwadu ha bo abrantie ne kwadu no abrantie no edifo ememra eni ne tie eti Ghana no ntumi nsɔre sesa enkrata hunu bi ase me koda bi special prosecutor asase ya ensemi waka wonsem eti attorney general so wohia special prosecutor nkrata wogina so no eni no manyina no aboa no na wowia wono so hwehwemu obeye no wode ni nyina de aka ho ansana kanoforiata yakwa kotoa no ewa America mamu ene kanoforiata eda yakwakodi na asem ni sei no yebebie free visa de esi wo ama edu pre free obia kwa akotechire ewo ho ye nyina yakobɔ o say ye okɔto e de ataga na chi ama nkunimdie aba kire se ebeye fe papa ne enti asema attorney general e de studwane bi
a docket that has been built, and in the case of the Americans the practice is for you to have filed charges. And so for instance when Kofi Boateng, when we extradited Kofi Boateng, Kojo Boateng, to the US on the request of the Justice Department of the United States. The Justice Department actually sent me what they call the bail of indictment. All right, that's the charge. Those are the charges. They sent me the charges, the supporting facts, and everything. And ladies and gentlemen, they spent 6 years investigating the syndicate of criminals that included, Kojo Boateng. 6 years. All right. So the point that we have made, that my deputy made, is that without a docket, we cannot make the request. So we are still waiting for the docket. That is all I can say for now. I have read everything that has been said by the OSP and his office. I respect his office. I respect the autonomy of the office and so on. Okay, but we in the Attorney General's Department cannot begin an extradition request with a bail letter. We need the evidence to be able to do so.
Attorney General Ora Dominic Ayini and Ayatenken.
Nanu fi adan ye tenkra ese Ghana emranimfo ya womo na edi emranimfo nyene Attorney General atena ye no womo de nipa mienu ya kane no womo na somsa akwanchefo wo National Service Authority give to your ware ka ho bie na afie ro sesi bentwe akwakopie mu atemu adwani mabo womo sobo se womo abo Ghana for momo wie sika eno kra echi no causing financial loss to the state womo ye money laundering ene ehun sense bebre ne charges no na enye asanketoa na wabra court to na no ye hwe ni mu ese gift your beba baby a ye hunu ho na lawyer ni eso agina yeso oba wa no yare na the doctor amane na enu ese onfa enyina ho me enu nti na mo wantumi ama court no maami a wote adwamu na ni anhyeda anye saa nkra na oba ye hunto ese ebe ya enka prosecutors no wo mu probi saa medical report no a wo mu nsa ekura mu no na no ne court sa tena asem ne so na de nyame adom gift your wire no oba be pie mu ewo emra no animu a se de wo se wo mu edi ni pepe pepepe na asem no obaye no ye de charge makomako anase count makomako enum 5 count and ye dia ata ne komo na ewi achi no say causing financial loss ne ka ho stealing ka ho money laundering ka ho ena so de ne office ya na wotie say deputy executive director no wo de nyamfa so say tam profit ya enye asanke 20 sa count no ene de ebo no won komra wasem ne mu court kira wa ma ne bill na bill e de man no 10 million Ghana cedis ene sika e de tu ne tri so ya e wo so nya chiginafo na wo mo so hwe e ma eniem nyina ko hi na wo mo nsensem no emo no e ba bede adwa na ya bra audit course na audit na chi ne bede adwa se Ofa my Ghana payroll a yedi Etria National Service forecast and samanfo a yatwe wo mo edi o magu system ne so nya semketwa wo mo nko an bro be so otwe ho nwini eno enenam so bi ma osese a sika wo mo twetwa de man samanfo e free be se enfie mpinum aduonum yenum honum crowd edi banyina no na se be 653 million ya ene attorney general kram ya tia se ebro sa e be se 2.2 billion a enye asemketwa na so nyina emo no amane che se wo hwe ni ese be ho hyehyeye no na lawyer for ene no ebehwe na wo makeka si ani na fe ebre ya mpanimfo wo botu asem no e de ahye no mbekọ na attorney general sa akọ sesa nkrata ani mu esan se fresh evidence no abenti e wo so mo sa akọ court bi mu na mo koyen sakrae wo charge sheet ya ana se so bo ahodo a wo mo de ayantam ne ko mu na aboa ama aseni no atoa so se de wo se ekro na ye di sansem no achi se de bepie e de afri mu bia na ye mama so bo ensi wo ho
ene na yensan emonwramu na asafufuro bi asi opani ya yefre no Alexander Fenyomakin ene emrase badwafie wode aba betu dwase Ghana fo afi NPP pa na wo hwe sade Ghana fo si afi NPP a ani enyan ena emu odu odono aye deep ema se wote se Ghana fo ekasa wo mo se ane NPP wa kura na eye ete wei na owura John Dramani Mahama ba ye de ene economy no asai kura oso no na ya Ghanafo etane no edi sankomo no ene wasemo bekai a mamenka mu ade bi na no ne setwerefo edi nkomo na no wodwa na no saa ene wose Global Info Analytics ekoye enhwemu bi nansen ema omko bi sebisa amanfo ne wo mo edidi nkomo ebisa se na wowura John Dramani Mahama ikrei wobaye amamwei ekoyie ana etia na akane no omo ana omo se o amamuo no etia no na ye 20% pe ena no mo kasa wose ene ehura ko 23% omo se atia kura afei wasan ebisa biem ebisa se na wowura John Dramani Mahama ikrei wobaye enuma wo Ghanafo bi ayeni wo se o wo de toto ho a na wo hamu titemu aduosom yensa eso mu ogidi ojeamu so be mo adwuma ye enso ene kohe wo hamu titemu aduosia nson pe eno mo se jeam be ma adwuma ya eso atinsia ye kire se Ghanafo 9% e kire se da bi owura John Dramani Mahama wontumi ma adwuma nye afei wo hwe said owura John Dramani Mahama na mamuo no na esi efro rating no a say 22% almost say wo ma fie MPP pa eti DM emetranchen na meto ade aka no so emfa yenkowie preko na muma yentie asam a owura Fenyomakin ode atudwa ni bi.
Recent data from Global Info Analytics comparing the July and September 2025 surveys shows a clear dip, emphasis, a clear dip in public confidence in governance direction and performance. So in July 2025, the records had it that 71% of Ghanaians believed in the country heading towards a right direction, as the majority leader said. But by September, that optimism had fallen to 66%. So a 5% decline. Similarly, the share of those who felt the country was moving in the wrong direction rose from 20% to 23%, indicating growing unease about the country's policy trajectory. So whereas the majority leader focused on the July figures and perhaps did not want to delve into the September figures, we, the minority, have looked at it holistically, done a comprehensive, outlook, July and September. So you don't go to July and forget about the present. And then the Mr. President job approval rating, yes, he was right. It was 73%, but that's all. That was in July. As we speak, it has dipped. The disapproval rating has climbed to 22%. So we are looking at a 6% drop, which is huge, within just 3 months.
Tino, and was a Ghana for. She said, Yadia go. Hey, maybe a cousin be at Remo, and yes, a diasem, no some way. Ura John Dramani Mahama Beba said the Ghana for body and so say a numa, obey me a bia and crom creduma, obey Jina swam and a tumpong. A fed Ura John Mahama Baya and crom creduma were gunina. I must say, I want to know a more do. And yet, just an idea and a woody who ye was here, private sector no, and what do you go? Ura John Dramani Mahama Bayano. One district, one factory. Ya, Nanado, at the sea ho. Sanka Ghana ye wo kobe bia the obetian chi and fidie and na ye adwuma 24/7 and na owura John Mahama Baya one district one factory wa guno aman kronkradwuma ni nyina asai oh Ghana fo wo ma fe NPP pa afenyo to aswe
monitor the opportunity for jobs. We really getting nothing. We have not seen any serious job creation effort. For the private sector, for instance, they came to cancel the 1D1F. They said they don't need the 1D1F. But the 1D1F was a major boost for the private sector. We, MPP, are center-right ideologists. We believe in the private sector. The private market creates opportunity for the industry to grow, so that they can employ more. They are social democrats, center left. We don't know what they intend to plan. But we cannot say that they have shown seriousness in terms of job creation for the private sector. That is why the Ghana Statistical Service report that youth unemployment is averaging 32% for the age bracket 15 to 24%. High joblessness amidst rising living costs reflect a shortfall in translating the macroeconomic gains to household welfare.
Owura Alexander Fenyomakin and Yatin Kanunti, we are Ghana ni na eyanokre se wafi NPP ampapa dia and ye na Facebook hono no watrato ho se wafi nemom se 1% NPP ebe be Ghana benwa ho biemu a eno so tro never again fato ho ne ebe kan ma wo.
Hi, pa 979 FM. Ewo Facebook jana ewo ho na yebeken kan dia ma. Na ewo sankita odie no ase na edom kese ba no dafo yera mama yarega no ote yera fanyo make ne nsa ho enche ho pe nifa no so ho a ewo na no ote eno no so kasa no kire se watena se di atietie nkomo ni bia donkuma ni dia omudia na asem ba ko pe no opeso ka kire omo se wo mu yenya atwompa enkankan ba galamse ne ho nsensem a se de wo mu si emiemie wo mani ka na ban we ba na galamse wo so mu yenya atwom na afia hyase ye sheda organize se wo mu mra mehia na kwa mu nyina hwe kwakro mbefa so a galamse ho nsem kan no wo mu ebeye ekowi achita conference ne dom kumama wo mboy kote wo mu amabi ene wo ma no dem pa na ko galamse yesusu ye ka ho asem a ene empeso mako hanu ne aduonu nsie wo Ghana hanya 276 galamse ye ha ye ni a ebetumi abase sa empeso yesu nyina no oha ne bi ewo ho enka wo so mu nyina adwudi ko bankro mu ne hwe kwan papa no mu ama ensusu mu ano dem ena motoato na galamse ni ade eno no oto aso no che se breadu se wo se o makoya mrahye bedwa no wodum ehwe nhihye ya hodo ebetumi aboa amasa ha we yetimi etu ase ne senti eho behia se bepe coalition ya sa coalition no mrahye bedwafo ne beka ho bie no mu nyina asori agina ma omhom ne so aboa bi ama oha no yetumi etu ase ewra mama yarega ne nsem ne bi okan ni
efforts that government will put in place. I wish minority leader were here. He just said that he needs words and he's ready to support government to fight against Galamsey. At the beginning of the life of this parliament, if you all remember, we started first with a conference at Kempinski of MPs on how we can build a coalition of MPs to address the problem of small scale mining. I don't know who remembers. At Kempinski. No, at Kempinski, it was widely covered. And people remember where the minister for mines came and addressed us, where MPs were there. It happened. I organized it, so I know it happened. We invited the minority, he didn't come. He did not one single MP showed up. They treated it as an NDC MPs event. And from the beginning, the thing collapsed because there was no consensus. You remember? Today, all the way there, I swear I'm ready to support. Let's stop the politics. Let's stop the politics. How ready are you to support? When we, from the beginning, we said let's work together because I take a position that every illegal mining activity is taking place in the constituency of a particular member of parliament. And so let's start with that member of parliament. He can help us address the problem. Because it's a space that he has control over. And that was why yesterday I said that we will build a coalition of MPs committed to fighting corruption so that we can help the Minerals Commission, the other state agencies, to see how we can get small-scale mining done properly.
Abusia pani awon na dom kese oda no Ghana ya mra shebedwa fiera mama yarga ne nkane ati
yanyina so anyabo afon krato tawni yamra ye ba asembi asi ye obi a wokọ epo fisherman wonya 49 years wakọhwe akwada wonya 13 years sa akwada na wie 80 Ghana wo hwe no ade ateka eprosifo ate no ye kwaba
na ede na aya obayi a oda forma so ne yafunu mu emunum ni
oh Mr. Entry also yare ya tete be benfie pi nanso ne yam nyono da se me chew no ahodo amato a me hunu hwe a ebe ya nwanwa
menyi ni se what also tamfo hexa capsules any hexa mixture yanum bom kotia also no bia ma no anom anka ne ho ato no dadaada also dro de eno ne hexa capsules any hexa mixture
akom ni nkyeremu
also yekura eto yafunu ene ensunumu etuma wo yafunu ekeka wa wogire wo ho a enye also etumi ema wo ye cheko ebra wadidi awie so how eye also de a compare hexa capsules any hexa mixture nanum bom na ho ebeto
pedudu atu a ko okanshi drug lane Kumasi Dani Herbal Takradi AA Mensa Anafre 02038228855 Apefo abatan ya woma won mofra no fo ene mofra woni mfiedu mienu enka ho Hexa capsules ene ne mixture
also tamfo edie age adwadie nkratoyi yi atom
The average human body mass should have at least 60% water for optimal performance in any physical or mental exercise. We can help you maintain it naturally. Natural mineral water. Simply natural. For bulk purchase, call 0596 273 546 or 0596 273 547. This advert is FDA approved.
Yefemna na kwa me taxi driver na enkane na misisi eso misisi ama kame na to na twetweme binya 3p garlic misa no aboa me pa
asa miracle bi wadro no sese mafunu kra se die sia twimi ankasa me humi esisi so me humi ana esisi so obeka se die bibi hye me so bi no na ye normal ni BP ne ti no ti pa me sa 3 days ni na edona ngata de nyankopon de ayi bia ho de chema yi bi anya sam ketwa ana se we de me fro aka so na me fa nche me nkwa na
me de abe fa 3 years ni ana ase me gina ho a me na mu sisi nya se me kwa me de me ko bia mu so much me duru da ba 3 years ni o tema sisi am ye ma ji se ene me jai na ta ya le ne nku me preko ene 4 days ana me koto 3 garlic mixture ni tema me ka se nyankopon no yam se ende ya me no ka se me ho ato me a me gin wa me ntia
3P garlic mixture ubenya bi wo mamu pharmaceutical shops and herbal shops Fred Piwak ewo 02489288824 and 020100002.
Welcome to Auto Check Vehicle Diagnostic and Licensing Center.
I hear my car can be checked here without going to Accra.
Sure.
Emission, check.
Alignment, check.
Brakes, check.
Visit Auto Checks at Koforodia Aquadrum Road for the roadworthiness of your vehicle, from saloon cars to heavy-duty industrial vehicles. Madam, your car is now ready for the road.
Thank you so much. Auto Checks, check.
Auto Checks, your safety, our priority.
Check, Auto Checks.
Timi sisi. Etwefa me to ase ha. Nkotodwe e de komene ase twetwe me fa me ntini. Je me ja ene me nsem ye mo hyehyehye na aye titiriti na me hu dia me nye
Cheme ba. Kanena me hawanu no. Kusisa mishia joint fortis ene never life. Udompe. Ene waposu ye wo ya no etutu no. Joint fortis ene na ekwa ye mu atwuma. Na de atichima wo hobia no esensie no. Wuntini na emu ya wo ya etwetwon efiri wusisi edefa wo to ase no wo nan ensem ehyehyɛw ayetitiriti nedro ene never life joint fortis ene never life enu ane mahoto so
FDA ade adwade nkratoɔ yi ato
me se me nana no aguru basa abi brabro tibedo imle no na ma premaye hojo.
As for me, I take very good care of my grandkids. Ye di agro na yes eduru me bi kra na me ba no ti me de omo be gumi so weekend no.
Hey, memre
I don't think I'm a catcher or say ya no medi garlic capsules. Poso na ebesi so kama. As I stand here, my doctor said my whole system has improved very well. Medi garlic capsules. Yes, Medi garlic capsules.
Oh,
Medimosis garlic capsules. Boa mamoja di nipadua ni mu efurusani yi na esiesie oba ne barima mahona wodin. Ubenya edoi bi ato omanyi mu pharmacy store frɛ yɛn wɔ 050-349-4885. Eduro yi enye mamofra enye ndi mfie dumienu. Apemfo ene emma emanofo. Medimosis. Who how FDA ajidwe di nkratu yi ato.
Hi, I'm pleased to introduce to you Cancer Mixture, a herbal mixture for arthritic pain.
Arthritis,
It's me.
Cancer Mixture, no Cancer Mixture, no Cancer Mixture.
Yerba Biara na Nudruo, Morio ya or arthritis. Cancer mixture, obey your juma when you put your inside. I'm a place in the grand. And in Fidena, menu on your market for in your button, a woman, one menu for. First, baby, I'm from one Sanka, Senior Susan, Boliviara, home doctor, and I report for FDA Med Safety App Nodo.
And Kratui, FDA, App Nodo.
And now, yet, be a coso a war. asante mantemu a ene DC amanyokuo no embaburu ni bi eno mayɛ saa enye kyerɛ yi no mo kyerɛ sɛ aketesia bi afrɛ no Elizabeth Ejakwa ya wono ewo axle load station on the manager subaya woda na die no kata sesɛ no proya woda na di wo ho no ano osepa enuti ena no pay ena Elvis Ajima constituency communications officer ema afidja kwabre nof ene ne dom eye ye kyerɛ yi editi aketesia yi
ji azu we free ne nsɛm ɛwɔ Ashanti region no yɛ ho nsan bebree ɛwɔ Ashanti region ka wonam ya kwan yi so a na heavy truck ana interpreter kɛseɛ no apakipaki ɔkwan ho a na ɛkɔ so accident a na wɔaturu nipa nkwapa yie ɛnna nam kwan no ho a wohu saa de ne bio deɛ ɛkyerɛ no sɛ maame no de nsɛm bi nam a ɔde dada yɛ mpanyinfoɔ bi ɛte sɛ deputy road minister ɛyɛ yɛwura Suhini a wɔagye tom a ɔfa n'akyie ɛboa no sɛ na ɛbɛyɛ a ɔbɛsaagye aziwe station nyinaa back ɛfiri sɛ yɛbɛgye saa skewei no sika na maame no gye no wɔ truck baako biara hɔ na ɛyɛ 20,000 sɛ truck no yɛ overload a ɛsoro nyina ne nkɔ aban afutuom na ɔgye de gu no botom yɛbaa ne nyina agyae ɛna overload no mpo drivers no ntumi mfa biom ɔmo mfa normal load no sɛ truck bi a ne nkɔ yi so fa biara no ɛyɛ 90 tons bɛn na maame ntumi ɔmo fa 140 150 tons.
Why I am some of the two January no no mosre omampani John Dramani Mahama say. Edmani ya no omodin na won pamo eye Elizabeth Ejakwa emfama won.
Very say omampani pamo maame Elizabeth Ejakwa na onko ode ne nkrofo rewa baabi enam MP a opeso kopo di chrome eti no nyeska no eti ode nkrofo erewe mu yenso Gana for Libya. Supervisors on Gana for Libya. You will not be almost qualified. Some special said you are corner. All for more, maybe. Wabre or the road minister will tell more and more quarter. You offer say, or you for the no for contract.
I mean, maybe a Samoa, where dear and wash. Na Abrantia be a 1 year in Frisia Adrianai and Cron. Aka 1 pet, no, and you're 50. Na ya friend Samuel Ama aka Kofi Nyan ya wo kura friend Manford aya apam bronu bi so na asama ababeto dwane no se sa akoa ya wada hoyi etre se abaya bobɔ nsa bi a wanya mfie dumiensa awie ne sika 800 Ghana cedis na 800 Ghana cedis kan sika 8 million ya wadu Kofi Nyan owo na aketesia akwada 13 years wakowie nti wabɛwe no ateka ɛna ghetto bi ɛwɔ hɔ wate akwada yi ɛna ɛdɔm atwasia wɔn ho ɛna abrantie Kofi Nyan obutu akwada ketewa yi so na wɔtera akwada no sɛ 1 hour bia no ɛyɛ 200 Ghana enti wɔbɔ 2 hours a ɛyɛ 400 na wabɛwe no ma awia premtobre asi ansa na wagya no 4 hours journey and wani akwada yi ahwim na wogusu a wo hya akwada yi a 13 years akwada no wɔhyɛ no a wɔne ne da no na akwada ne pa ne kyɛw bra Kofi mpɔtɛw jai ai mahwe wo sika no mzama Kofi se David makopo akonya cash wawia etimari wate ama mpaniampa nuaneampa Kofi Nyan awi akwada no for 4 solid hours ana aprosifo akote no saboni a wadie no emu ehu pa na aprosifo ebefa akwada no na ehuma esoso ne conjoined spin no ene de womu no nyina de Kofi asai ni nyina amintintini a ehodu akwada no family ama akosua no eye kuma no wahodwo no ama we ya baba ye akosua panin enti aprosifo kire se wo mo ati Kofi Nyan ya omode ne kwakogina court no makwakodi nasam eti abrantie yi ne ho asem a aba no ya say video no circulate ne ye besere se wo obenya video no bia no ignore akoda ni sha 13 years wo ye keto akra dia wadi ni dem sa no ano ehye ye besere aprosifo se bone a Kofi Nyan adie no yɛmpɛ dadeɛ bi mfa nhyɛ gyam na ɛnyɛ kɔɔ na yɛmfa nhyɛ ne bɛɛma no mu fee ɛma mpie ne yam na yɛnya no nɔnkɔ we here prison
because we should fear akwada mfie du miensa ba 49 years
13 years
oh pe obi ba na da sabi upia bonten na ekura de na no ye ohene ba kra ta we ekura de nka be support no advocate say may e say ekura de bi bonye de bebre kwa a obenya bie obi ba bayo a watete na me na di mfie nti se obi abok wa wie usika na wo pa asotwe de ama na nti wonya asotwe bia wo wiase amfa ama no se wo be fa akwala mfie du miensa so ohu awie ye na de ya ne se we ye be ne kona bra be na ne wo fa bia pio se na commander sa na ye jana no wo ne nam ho na wa se obi ba bra bokwa we ya wa ye ne se ya fe obehwe na according kinsi na fe wo de cheche ipa bonefo sem sei
but what the chiche nyina so enso hada da bia de ne nam no asa enru suru ha ne namfo yemfa sedam fama MTN everywhere you go na MTN say download app no na fa huram na app no wo download a fa send sika send momo wo dey send 1,000 2,000 2,000 every day biano one be ma 100 Ghana 200 Ghana 100 200 week no you better me 2,000 cedis as bonus na weekly price no e 2,000 cedis you better me e the amount na edru the main price na you better me win up to 100,000 Ghana cedis MTN wasi baby abekubia no wo mo e wo ho mensa ka promo MTN e no mo dey aba koso na no mo eni dwuma Solak Natural Clinic and yadru mo so no Dr. Solomon say mfanto monim say wo woni pa bu ye ni pa bi a kidney any liver problem e wo ho wo de anante atintin ate wa ya nuoma nkoso wada roma tutumika na bra na wo mo amanije entumi nkoso wo se fa 200 cedis pe fabra no take your liver ne kidney na won hwese wo sa yade ne bia woni bia wa mo aduro amwanom ama ho atonto de ya se obetu anamompa e betumi aboa wo ama wani ate ubatumi ehu Solak okukumlimle wabe Harvard Senior High School no friend was 0553 932631 0553 932631 Spanish garlic mixture ene ne capsules wase wona setata yanumbi wujun shobebre bad cholesterol menstrual disorders arthritis halitosis ni obi an sifita so nanum bon ene gastric ulcer ewo yam tomre bia ojaw na na mo jawom ekuro no a enti wadaroma pe Spanish aduro no nanum bi no wani beje oba friend was 0266 11 4111 0266 114111 Ruta natural product what the Ruta mixture aba ya etu malaria fever se deku ema ahoto eba malaria fever away enwa any Ruta mixture Ruta Titanic etu typhoid fever se ema ahoto eba eti typhoid eye Ruta Titanic ena Ruta life na ne srade ni padua mu ehuru mu ema ahoto eba Ruta na duro bi agye nkwa freno 0244 50 34 43 0244 50 34 43. Mami Careful Medmosis Diagnostic Center and for Emma also we all kinds of lab services. We liver and kidney function test, a fake cholesterol profile, full blood count, prostate specific antigen, urine analysis, any blood and urine culture, and in the sensitivity, digital x-ray, dental x-ray, where you be a nebo efopa. Etu adaroma bra, na one show many J Emra. Or a dental barrier, where the police station no, and the dim shenimu. The number is 0244 068 447. 0244 068 447. Little George Health Shop and Yedru Swono. Was here Phantom and said, Drop be our social win yabino. Wabana Katia Ubenyabi, Ukwa Mr. Kwa Plus Mr. Dominion Herbal Powder, and Ronnie Dawson for minerals and vitamins. Nina Anonodia Ede, or Nina Binti Brabejibi, Maweni and Ye. Uba to me a friend, it was 0243 140 213. Adra wo hwehwe wunya bi no freno 0243 140 213. Mami Camphor 3P garlic mixture, Piwak natural health and wadi adu papa yi ede aba. na Dr. Penia wada no wɔse yɛmfa ntom anim sɛ o pressure e wo soro anase wo ye nipa bi akese amroso ekum wo ye furu frama eginam stress and a how wo peso siesie nipadua no manu ma nyina ye kama wo de ne so benya 3p garlic mixture ye piwak natural health de aba no na wanum bi am wani agye wo betumi afre no aduro ye no o ye twum nsuo no ne de ye aduro ne keke ntu be frɛ no 0243 928 824 0248 0248 928 824 eya freno na wone no eni sawso Power Specialist Eba Hospital Mami Beatrice Akosua bia ya wadi member dro jirikajiri abadwam aduro ne ye wo wonoma eboa papa bema ukowura na se akoe kofi nyan atumi aginam for 4 hours ene ye na ejirikajiri a ene wode perform ye aduro ne ye papa etie ya nom bi Hebaten mixture e boost immune system no because bia na wo pressure wan hwe ya akoye pe na ku it would we boost immune system no a e ma nkomwa no ho ye den a na wode we face no eno ano no wo betumi afre no e wo 0244 54 44 42 0244 54 44 42. Let's talk educational consult. What the nkwadan keto eko school amomoda ate abrabo SCP asita 6 months to 6 years mo amoye enwuma no 6 months utumi de ni ko school ye behwe ne kama edo ade e de amaw enwumire no aba befa no enti omo Saturday classes nso ye nkwadan ni nyina tumi ko school ni bi Saturday no obi atumi ko bi emfa ho so swa ana wanyini omo kire entrepreneurship, reading and writing, personality development, IT training, creativity and exploration ni nyina wo kire iti form bra wo tesi Nungwa Estate Mango Street wo Benlejokuku Municipal Assembly no number ni 0249 069 821 0249 069 821 Haxa mixture ene ne capsules eye all satanfo ekuro abawyem aduane to yem ana oyem wo bi wo ha woni di yanam ne yem wo no bi nso wo ha wodidi nso fon ojane na na moja wom da bia wa basa wada roma Haxa mixture ene ne capsules osa kuro no ana yem kura nkura batani nyina obetu ase ama woni ate baby ato aduro bia no obenya Haxa mixture ene ne capsules for 0240 238 310 0240 238 310. Ostek Real Estate ene yaduru amso no woton sase e wododowa ayikuma asebi doyumu afienya dowenya ene Sha Hills nsase no ne buefo pa asase a ne buefo na edayi nsuo ne kane a woso na manso ni so ena makamfo amawe me say bi wododowa ayikuma asebi doyumu afienya dowenya ene Sha Hills fremo omo it was 0244 684 069 0244 684 069. Finally, Mensaka. What the other so bedali star 274 hash star 274 hash. Na wabawuram select number 1 Power FM SYZ ubawuram adiaka biano ubetumi awini cash ama weni achi ubetumi awini big up to 50,000 Ghana cedis kwaswa na twa ye berwa na nwumre ye rane wie no wadi a ye de usika eba bi gu fo so mensaka dwen wo mo na enije emra Kasiebo yi esi
Adesrama yedamwase mejidi sa adwenche no moboa no diaba wo Facebook ne so ntie yedamwase papa se mode mwadwenche mode abeboa ye Kasiebo ya sedan koma news team ni nyina afi ofa bia Marjorie na fake no wo news team ni nyina wo nyina aboa bia krako fidakon ene wo mo ka ho nyina wo mo ebo chidom camera Kofi the boy Francis na afi edi wo mo ne gina chire Imanete sound wona ekekagu mu MCR ma ye nsanso na bass wono na enyume wono so hweche woni director Raf wo mo ehwe ma bibia course kama wo TV no eso same ene ne boss Francis ne video editor enyume wo so ehweche Lizzy Tego ene ye makeup kama ema yede ebesomo yen so amote yen Kasiebo mo me ama poma checheku mene
okumangra diwanf oheneba boama benie yede mo nyina ase